welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. Today we're doing our sip and craft, or sip and sew in this situation. So we've done all these stitches. Isn't that cool? So today we're going to do these stitches. I know that might not look like much right now, but when we get to doing them, you'll see. This is a stem stitch and this is a chain stitch. I had to switch to brown because I ran out of that red. I'm just using old stuff that I've had for ages. So I'll eventually get some new stuff now that we're doing some, more needlework. So we need a straight-ish line, right? Right. I think we're going to soon start a project that's going to be really fun. We've learned a lot of things now. We've got all these stitches going on for us. And I'm just going to use, now this is that heat erasable pen, so if I mess up I can just swish the iron across it and it's gone. I really do like that. So I need just a straight line here, and under there somewhere another straight line. Now if you're making this along with me, which I hope you are, this is your reference to go back to, right? You can go back and look at this and say, oh yeah, I remember how to do that. I did that on this sampler and it's super easy now that I remember it, right? Okay, so let's get on with this. See if I put a knot in the end of my, yeah, I did. Okay. All right. Now, what did I say before? If you're just very, very starting out, big stitches, right? They're easier, and then once you practice a little bit, you get better at it. You can make them smaller and do all kinds of curves and circles and this way and that way. It's awesome. But when you're very first starting out, just do a bigger stitch, okay? So I'm going to just bring my thread to the front of the fabric, and we're going to start out just like so. I'm going to go here and then come up right around the middle somewhere, right? Now, if that confuses you, don't let it confuse you, okay? See, that makes it just tucked under, and it gives it sort of a swirly kind of line. I'm going to show you how to do it a different way. So we're going to go down here. I'm using about 1/4 inch. I mean, like I said, make them bigger, and I'm trying to make it to where you can see it on the video, right? So since I didn't go up and right under it, I'm holding this flat, stay on the same side. Like over here, I came up on this side, so I want to come up on this side again, so that's why I'm holding my thread down here, right? So if that one confused you, come up in the middle of that, like so. You're just still holding that thread, right? So you just give that a little tug, and you've got the same stitch. There's many ways to do things, guys. Don't let anything throw you, okay? So I'm just going to stay on the front now. But if you didn't get that, just go ahead and rewind me. These stitches are really easy, okay? They're super simple once you get them down. I understand that when you first start out, they can be a little bit, intimidating or frustrating. Or both, right? Or both. But you get there. You just let it lay down, and then you just give it a little tug over, right? And that makes that little swirl, that kind of thing. And that's what you're going for with this kind of a stitch. They call it a stem stitch because a lot of people use it for making stems on flowers and such. And we may use it some in our future projects. It's a good stitch. So, all right. Now, one thing I wanted to note is if if you're crafting along with me, sewing along with me, I'm going to roll this up so it's out of my way. I've got some projects that I'm planning. So if you've got any scrap fabric, dig that out. We're going to make us a really nice background piece with scraps, like a collage, for those who are journal makers. And then we're going to put them together on a piece of something. You can use felt, you can use batting, whatever you want to use. It's just all up to you. Yeah, just get your scraps together. Now, if you don't have scraps and you want to do this with me, go to your thrift stores or charity shops or whatever like that and buy you some kids' clothes. Doesn't even matter if there's a stain on it or something. You don't have to use the whole piece, you know. You're just going to use part of it anyways because you're cutting it up for scraps. That's the simplest way. And kids' clothes are generally pretty cheap at the thrift stores, or that has been my experience. You can buy some really cute fabrics, super cheap, cheaper than you could at a fabric shop, just saying. But if you want to go the new route, get you some fat quarters and just, you know, have them ready, because we've got several stitches under our belt now, and we are ready to do something with them after we practice and get good at it, right? Your homework is to practice, right? So this stitch is just super simple and easy. So I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to anchor it down on the back. Okay? Like so. Remember not to pull it too tight. Sometimes when you're new, you will start, you know, you'll pull it a little bit too tight and it'll get all budgy on you, you know. So don't do that. I like to kind of sew. Now you can sew front to back, right to left, whatever way you want to sew. Just trying to make sure I didn't get on the front. I like to go from left to right, like I'm writing something on a page, right? So I'm gonna have to find my really cutesy embroidery scissors. I've got some somewhere. I've got several actually, but yeah, you know. Okay, so we're gonna start over here again. Let me bring my thread to the front. This is going to be the chain stitch. It's not hard either. It's super easy. And I may show you at the end of this, I may do a few just called the split stitch. It's sort of the same-ish stitch, only you're just sort of cheating a little bit and going up in the middle of your thread to make a chain look, right? So, anyways, there's a lot of different variations to every stitch. And I think it depends on the artist, the needlecraft artist that's doing it. You just get a lot of different things, right? So I'm going to go right back down here where I came up. Like so. And as you see, I'm holding my thread. I don't want it to go all the way in, right? So I'm going to stick with that 1/4 inch sort of. I'm just eyeballing it. I didn't put a mark there. But I'm going to go up like so, there. And that's my first chain. Cool, huh? Okay. So, again, I'm going to go back through where I just came up. Right inside there, right? Don't let it confuse you. It's super simple and easy. Hold on to that thread, though. Don't let go of it, because that could get awkward. About 1/4 inch. Okay. Hold on to your thread. Don't let it turn a twist or anything. And then you're just going to pull it down like so. Cool, huh? Again, we're going to go right back inside there, holding the thread with your thumb so that it doesn't pull back through, because, yeah, that gets awkward. Okay. Then we're just going to get under there and do that. As you learn these stitches and they become easy for you, you'll figure out ways to do them quick and easy. You know, a lot of different people do differently. So I'm just showing you the simplest, easiest way to get started and use these stitches. So, like I said, I did make that promise. It's going to be easy, and it is. It is going to be easy. I promise. I keep my promises. Okay. So, just a 1/4-ish inch. I mean, you know, you can do 1/2 inch. You can do whatever you want to do. This one is a great way to make like a flower petal or even a leaf or anything like that, or just a single chain, we'll say. A single chain is cute on a slow stitching piece. It's really pretty, gives you a bit of interest. So you can make them a little longer, a little shorter, however you want them. However you want them. Oh, I did that, didn't I? Okay, never mind. Now, if you do something like that, just pull it off. Just pull it off, okay? Then you have to rethread your needle, which I'm going to get a needle threader for. I'll probably have to buy me a whole bunch of these. They seem to not be very good anymore. They used to last for an age, and now they just pull apart. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, see if I can. Okay, that one stayed together. Hey. Okay, now here we go. We're gonna hold this and do this. It really is relaxing. I mean, you can do silly things like that, but it's not going to be your common thing. It's not like you're going to be sitting there teaching somebody how to do it on a video and, you know, do that. I mean, you know, it's a thing, right? On video, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So, yeah. Okay. Just make sure you're holding your thread. Don't pull it too tight, but just make sure you're holding your thread really firmly so that you don't let it pull through when you do this. Because I remember when I was first doing this, oh, that was frustrating. I would be thinking, oh, I'm doing so good. And then I'd forget to hold that thread and I'd pull it all the way through, and, you know, I'd have to go do something else for a little while. We do things like that, right? Okay, now we'll do one more of these, and then we're going to do some of that split stitch I was telling you about, because they're really cool. They're easier, actually, than the chain. In my mind, they are. So there's that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and anchor this one down like you're finishing it, right? So that's our chains. Now I'm going to come back up over here, just a little bitty piece away from that. Okay? And we're going to go up and down about that 1/4 inch, right? And we're going to pull it all the way through this time. And we're going to come up in the middle of the stitch and the middle of the thread, like so. And then we're going to go back down here. Just the same thing. We're going to come up in the middle of the stitch in the middle of the thread. Now, of course, you can't do this on the pearlized where you just have one strand. That would be awkward because you just have one strand. But if you have even just 2 strands of the 6-stranded thread, embroidery thread, you can still do this split stitch, and it looks nice, and it's super simple and easy. Just super simple and easy. Okay. Middle, middle. Like that. Now, if you're trying to make like a straight line and you want it to be a little bit fluffier, I guess, this would be a great way to do it. I think. That's just me, but I think it is a great way to do it. I think of the chain stitch, which to me this and the chain stitch are just twinsies, you know. But I think of the chain stitch as like those petals and the leaves and stuff. Okay, I'm going to go in the back and anchor it down. And then I'm going to show you what I was talking about with the chains, okay? Yeah. Okay, let me do that. Get our knot back in there. Okay, here we go. Now, we've got our stem stitch here, and our chain stitch, and our split stitch. Like I said, I think I like that one better for doing a straight line. The chain stitch, though, has all kinds of uses, right? Now, I'm not going to draw on here, and I'm just going to show you, sort of eyeballing it, right? So we're going to go back down here, right, like so. And make sure you hold your loop, right? Make your little, like that. And then anchor it back down. Okay? Now you can do this any which way you want, top or bottom. But I just wanted to show you how you can make a cute little leaf or flower, or you know, whatever, with the chain stitch. And that's what a lot of people do. They use this for that. And just sort of connect them close to the middle-ish. Now, if you're doing this for real on a piece that you're doing, you would definitely want to draw it out. You want to have something to go by so that you're not, you know, just higgledy-piggledy, right? But yeah, you can make a cute little thing. A flower, a leaf, or whatever you want to make. Let me untwist that because you don't want it to get twisted on you. And come up close to the center of the other ones. Right? And then just anchor that one right back down in there. Did that pull all the way through? Let me see if I've got a, no, it did. Okay. Then pull that right back in there. Okay. Now we'll do one more and you get the gist of it, right? You just have right back in here. Come up in the middle of somewhere over here and pull this in there and anchor it down, right? Cute. You can make those all over something, right? You can do those, you can do all sorts of, you can do the fly stitch, you can do the blanket stitch, all over the place. Just fun things that you can do. Just simple and easy. Decorative stitches that you can use to make really beautiful things. Hand stitching things is just wonderful. I'm not against the machine. I'm not. I use the machine as well. But hand stitching is just, I don't know, it's special, right? Okay. We've got that. Beautiful. Stem stitch. We went from running stitch, straight back stitch, blanket stitch, fly stitch, French knot, stem stitch, chain stitch, split stitch, and then did some little chains there. How cool is that, right? Okay, now, like I said, if you've got some fabric scraps, get those together. If not, you know, find you some options. That'll be fun because we're going to start putting some things together. You don't want heavy fabric. I did this as heavy. I shouldn't have, but I did because it was pretty and I wanted to use it. So we're going to do something like that, and then we're going to move into doing a project that is just really cool, okay? So we're moving on, guys. We have got a lot done. We've learned a lot of stitches. If you didn't get these, go back and watch the videos where I made the other stitches. They're super simple and easy, and I try to make them just as easy as I can. So, yeah, do them. Have fun. Practice, because we're going to make some beautiful projects with these things. There's a couple more that I may add in eventually, but not right now. We've got enough to do a really beautiful project with, because we know stuff now, right? Okay. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.